Kwarteng, I want to talk about the education policy of this government. Aside free SHS, what else has the government been working on? And aside the fact that feeding is a problem in secondary schools, what else have they been doing? The successes. What's the state of the e-blocks? Are they being finished? Kwasi Kwarteng, you're welcome to Point Blank.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing so well.
Everything fine?
I'm fine. I mean, what is not fine is how you smartly introduce a bit of bad press within the premise of your introduction. I wasn't expecting that.
What bad press?
Because, for some time now, if you look at the food supply chain within our schools, it's very stable. Yeah. We do not have such a challenge. So I was very surprised that that is not in news.
They eat rice with the mackerel, the tomato sauce in mackerel. That's what they give them. They don't put the meat, the fish itself.
Oh, that? These are, pictures that came up almost a year or two ago.
So have you solved it?
Long time. So
have they stopped?
I'm surprised
have they stopped using firewood to cook in the various pantries? Do you know?
I am unable to confirm, but I know that this is a balance of both firewood and gas.
At the time that we are fighting climate change, we are doing afforestation. You are using firewood to cook for students.
I don't know why you want to start on this
because we are going to talk about STEM, and STEM means technology, innovation. And so if we're talking about innovation and all those things, why are we using firewood to cook in secondary school? It's not nice. So go and delete that thing.
They are using firewood to cook in secondary school. And
yes.
Now
instead of using gas cooker.
That's what I'm saying. That I am unable to confirm with all schools.
No problem.
What I know is
okay.
That there is an improved cooking method.
The e-blocks Mahama promised were 200. He didn't finish them before leaving. I think they did about 50, even though they contest that figure. Have you finished all of them, or you are working on them? What's the status of the e-blocks?
They were not 200.
No, that's what he promised.
Yeah. Apparently, when he was leaving office, I think there were 120 or so. Yeah,
I'm saying that. So I'm saying that he promised 200, but I think he finished about 50 or so.
No, he finished 29. Because our conversation with the
yes. No, this is just a casual conversation. Yeah. Let's pretend we are just sitting under a mango tree.
Yeah.
So have you guys come to finish some of them?
Yeah, certainly.
Or all of them?
Yeah, certainly. So you see, the concept of the e-block, particularly looking at the community day senior high schools, was a very great concept. I think the only challenge had to do with where it was situated. For instance, if you look at the one at Kwabenya, it was a very fantastic school. And looking at where it was situated within the catchment area, where it was very accessible to everyone. A lot of people even oversubscribe such a school. But if you go to places like Drobonso, if you situate a e-block, at the extreme end of the community, which is not accessible, it becomes very difficult for students to access. So what we did was to...
I just want to know if you have finished some of them.
Yes,
do you have a figure?
Yes,
I didn't tell you about this before, but if you know about some of them...
I will want to confirm my figures, but okay. From about 2 years ago, I recall we had done around 31 then.
31 more.
Added, yes.
In addition to what they left behind.
Yes, but I will need to confirm the figure because certainly it should have gone up. But because we were very specific with what we're going to discuss today, I did not get
no problem. Let's talk about STEM. That's something that your minister always talks about. It's almost like an agenda he has taken to the ministry. What is STEM, and what have you been doing about that?
Yes, Sandra, you will agree with me that if you look at the global trends with regards to development all over the world, there has been a strong correlation between education and socio-economic transformation. If you really even want to expand this point, one would say that countries that has been able to develop, one thing that is synonymous with them is that in terms of their gross tertiary enrollment ratio, they have been able to hit the 40% mark. We recently moved from 18% to 22.5%. Because if we look at countries like Botswana, around 40% is developed. If we look at Singapore, 40% automatic development. Countries like America, 76% automatic development. And if we look at advanced countries in terms of using education as a fulcrum for socio-economic transformation, like South Korea, around 96%, there is a total development. I mean, we are using the leapfrog approach to be able to get there. So that is the context. But it's not just any kind of education that develops a country. That is how come we argue that when you look at education, it's centered on 3 key variables. You look at access, you look at quality, and then relevance. Access, quality, and then it has an impact on socioeconomic transformation. So our world is, fast changing. Particularly if you look at the first industrial revolution, moving up to this fourth industrial revolution, the kind of education that is being given to your student is very essential. So you cannot be providing 19th century education to your citizenry and expect, for instance, 21st century outcome. Yes, certainly it won't tally, because if you look at the first industrial revolution, even though we did not take advantage of it during the times of the invention of steam engines in 1769 to be able to increase productivity, we in Ghana, and of course maybe all of us within the third world community, did not take advantage. Similarly, the second industrial revolution within the 1870s, during the mass production of electricity, we also did not take advantage of it. Even come to the third industrial revolution in the 1969, where computing and programming became, the order of the day, we also did not take advantage of it. So it really means that when you talk about the quality component of our education, it's being questionable, and that has been a systemic failure as a people. And it's how come we are unable to become critical thinkers and produce critical mass of students who are able to solve societal problems. And so what we have taken upon ourselves as a government and as a ministry is to be very conscious and deliberate about repositioning Ghana's education, to fit into the demands of what the 21st century demands requires. So we are looking at, for instance, artificial intelligence. We are looking at robotics. This time around, the conversation is more on Internet of Things, 3D imaging, and what have you. That is where the world has reached now, the fourth industrial revolution in the 21st century. So now, when you talk about the quality component of education, of course, when you look at access, it's not really become much of a problem, because at the basic school level, we are having the free compulsory universal basic education. At the senior high school level, we are also having the free senior high school. Even at the tertiary level,
Mahama is promising free first year.
I don't know why he should go about promising that.
Why?
Because already there is a policy that exists to.
Which policy?
The no guarantor policy.
So you don't pay school fees for your first term, for your first year in university?
The no guarantor policy essentially is even up to your final year. All you need to do is to.
No guarantor system for what? For students' loan?
Yes.
The man said he's doing level 100 free and you're talking about guarantor.
No, but ultimately, if you had listened to the explanation that came with that policy proposal, if you recall, they said that you are going to pay at the end of the day. So it's a loan.
Which one?
Mama's own.
No, he said level 100 is free. He said level 100 is free.
No. You didn't listen to P.R.O. After level 100, you are still going to
John
pay.
John Mahama launched a manifesto in Takrady. And he said, not in Winneba, and he said that level 100 is going to be free. That's what he said. Are you saying that the level 100 free has strings attached?
No, I am saying that. Yes, that is the policy explanation that was given to that.
And what?
No, it's a student loan. Ultimately, they are going to pay. So granted.
You see, if you are talking about your guarantor system,
granted. No,
Umaru, it's not about granted. No, relax. It's not about granted. I heard the NDC say that the level 100 of university is going to be free. You won't pay school fees. Are you saying that there's someone who has said something to the contrary? Because I heard the flag bearer himself make the statement.
No, I just told you that when the policy came out, there has been an explanation that has been offered.
And it's no more free?
No, I'm saying that maybe you have not heard it, but I'm saying that what essentially the NDC meant was that first year you are not going to pay fees.
That's all.
Can I land? First year you are not going to pay fees. We probe them further and ask where they are going to get their money from. And they are saying that obviously from student loan. And at the end of the day, students are going to pay. But I'm saying that granted without even admitting that it's free within the context of government taking the entire fees. Who pays for the second year? Who pays for the third year? Who pays for the fourth year? It demonstrates that it's just a limping policy.
They said they will pay for one.
And so, who pay? First year, I'm unable to pay my fees. All of a sudden, second, third, and fourth, I'm able to pay. I mean, such a policy logically is not consistent. And if you ask me, is a limping policy. But we have a better alternative, particularly
which is pay for all the 4 years, but I'll give you a loan to pay.
I'm here.
So someone says, I'll pay 1 year for you, pay the other 3 years. You are saying that no, pay all the 4 years, and you're saying one is limping and one is straight. How?
I'm not. That's not what I said. I am saying that if it is not broken, you do not fix it.
It's not broken.
No, if it's not broken, you do not fix it.
Also, education, the payment of school fees at the tertiary level is not broken.
So
you have decided to pay for the students' secondary school because you say they can't afford.
No, because
someone wants to tuasu for them. You are not happy.
No, because that policy
is it paying you?
Omaro, that policy did not come from. I mean, just an emotional response, some way somehow to court. I mean, public attention for votes. Because in the case of the free SHS, there was a major problem. You had about 100,000 students.
You still got votes.
No, I'm coming. You had about 100,000 students who graduates and are
Let's
eligible
leave free SHS. Let's do tertiary. You said
it's because of the question you asked. Unless, of course, you are saying that when you ask questions, I am not eligible to offer responses.
No, you are, but we've solved it already. I'm saying that you give free
So
SHS.
you agree with me that in terms of the background upon which these policy proposals came, they are not the same.
No, my point is that free is free.
And I'm saying that even the NDC's own, I am telling you that it's not free. You won't pay money. So unless you are saying that yours is even not free. Free SHS. We buy books. The money we pay teacher allowance. What you've done is that you've succeeded in still swerving this conversation to free SHS.
Let's go back.
Because at the end of the day, we're talking about STEM.
Let's go back to STEM.
And I am not afraid to engage you on free SHS.
Let's go back.
Except that.
No. I was just reminding you that NDC is giving free tertiary.
No, and I'm saying that 100. In the first place, it is not even broken, so you don't even fix it. You don't offer such policy proposals, and then what happens to them in second year, in third year, in fourth year? Particularly when there is already a sustainable policy that caters for students who are unable to pay at the tertiary level. Okay. What we are saying is
let's go back to your STEM.
As part of our affirmative decision, we are going to make it free for persons living with disability, and that makes more sense because see,
for the 4 years.
Yes, for the 4 years. Because if we want to measure the truth in a claim, one of the variables that you have to align yourself to is the logical consistency in the claim that the person is making. Logically, it is inconsistent to lay a claim and suggest that first year government is going to absorb your fees, but second year government is unable to. I mean, it doesn't add up.
There are universities that allow people to spend the first year in the halls of residence and then the remaining ones out. If that is logical, why is this one not logical?
I mean, I don't know why you are trying to compare apples with mangoes.
I'm just saying that if the man says, I'll pay your school fees for you for the level 100.
And I'm telling you that this is a limping policy. And particularly coming from a messenger who is so incredible and has demonstrated inconsistency. Particularly,
you're attacking your mama.
I don't think this is a form of attack. See, and I'm going to prove to you.
Okay, let me remind you.
Muhammad never believed in free SHS.
Hold on.
On what basis will he believe in free SHS?
I need to make this back announcement. People, I introduced Kwasi Kwarteng as P.R.O of the Education Ministry. What I did not add is that he ran for parliamentary elections in the MPP and he lost. He got only 12 votes. So he's an MPP person, blue and blue, but he's also the P.R.O of the Education Ministry. That's why he's attacking John Mahama. Now you can continue to attack him. I've said the request.
This is the first time I'm getting to know that on your show you now speak for Mahama.
No, I don't speak for Mahama.
No, if you don't want that appointment,
No, I give full disclosure so that people will know that I've not brought a P.R.O for the Education Ministry who is supposed to, for all intents and purposes, be a civil servant who then all of a sudden start attacking a flag bearer of an opposition party. I don't think it's a fair description of what I've done here. I speak for the Ministry of Education. You attack the messenger.
Can I land? I speak for a Ministry of Education.
Yes.
And I speak on policies that have political connections.
Yes.
You agree with me?
Yes.
Especially when you lay the background that such policy proposal came from a politically exposed person.
Yes.
And I was to respond.
Yes.
And obviously the alternative is what I represent, particularly coming from this government.
Yes.
You see, let's issue this caveat. The fact that I am politically exposed and I've never hidden it anywhere does not necessarily mean that in terms of making a professional analysis or making analysis that is
political.
Not political.
What do you?
But it doesn't change the fact that I come again.
What you did was political. That's why I had to do
that.
Okay, so let's go back to STEM.
No, I want to get you. What?
We have finished the mama and free SHS and university education. Let's move on. Let's do STEM. We have 5 minutes, so we have to talk about STEM.
Very well. I mean,
you don't talk about STEM.
No, you succeeded in getting your soundbites, but it's okay. Let's proceed with STEM.
What soundbites?
I mean, so that you are able to put it out there that I've attacked John Mahama.
But you said it. You said his policy is limping. He's illogical. You didn't say he is illogical, but you said his policy is illogical.
Attack the policies. When policies logically is not consistent, you can put it out there.
And you said he's an incredible messenger.
Yes.
So it's okay. You said
yes. Based on the fact that he keeps changing his position.
No problem.
Somebody who never believed in free education, all of a sudden believes in free education going forward.
Yes.
And that shows that such a person is inconsistent
and
incredible as a messenger.
And yet in 2015, he launched free SHS, which was part of the constitution, which his party was.
So which school was free? Mention 3 schools that you think were free.
He himself attended free senior high school.
No, you said I want the one he launched. Which school?
Oh, I don't have that, but
I
know that he did in Parliament. No.
If he launched free SHS, if he launched free SHS, what was the basis of?
He did it in Parliament. That one I have seen.
So Mama brought free SHS.
No, he launched what they called progressively free senior high school. That's what they did, and they said Omar, it was a basis.
Don't let us do this. We can play the semantics.
No, it's not. I'm just saying that is what he did. As to whether there's a school, I can't go and point to one. I have not done that research, but I remember that he launched it in the House of Parliament. It was in 2015.
I mean, Ghanaians are listening. If
so, let's finish up with.
I mean, let's move on.
You've chopped 2 minutes, and I left it 3 minutes for the
let's move on to STEMnovation.
Yes.
So, like,
what's STEMnovation?
STEMnovation essentially means that, like, when I lay the background, that concern is to reposition Ghana's education to be able to produce the needed outcomes that is required for productivity and socio-economic growth within the fourth industrial evolution space. And I mean, based on that, you will recall that we've brought about this STEM education by building the STEM senior high schools. We look at Awaso STEM, Accra's High STEM School, Kwasi, Abomoso, Pasempe, Bosomtwe STEM schools. I mean, a number of them, Bosomtwe girls.
Does it mean that existing secondary schools, you introduce STEM as a program for them?
Yeah, they are existing. Because Accra High is already an existing STEM.
So a student who is going to...
For instance, they are doing robotics.
So the student chooses that's the course I want to go and do.
Yes.
And that's what you call the STEM.
Yes, the STEM.
So you have a competition for them?
Yes, we have a competition for them.
For only those students? Or the students from those schools?
Every school has a STEM club. Every senior high school has a STEM club. So the concept of the STEMnovation, if I'm allowed to land, essentially is...
We don't have time, so...
essentially is putting into practice the whole concept of science, technology, engineering, and math to be able to solve societal problems. So I shared one video with your producer, and that is students of Obuasi Senior High School who has been taking advantage of the local materials within their own vicinity or locality to be able to produce or invent a solar panel powered dialysis machine.
Okay.
I mean, so the whole concept is just like we have science and maths quiz, but which is a bit more theoretical.
So
when it comes to
do they pitch for an award or something?
I mean, they pitch to prove their inventions. Okay. That's how I put it.
Okay. So, and does it happen annually at a place?
Yeah, it's 3 years now.
So, okay. So every year you do
every year. So it has the I mean, at their own group level, district, or then it comes to the regional, then it comes to the national.
Is there one happening this year?
Yes, one happening.
What level has it got into now?
The national, that's the finals.
When is it?
29th to the 1st of 29th of
September.
Yes, to the 1st
of October.
Yes.
Where? In Accra?
Yes, in Accra. Yeah.
Conference Center.
Yeah. Yes.
So if I want to come and see what our students are producing at the STEM level, I should come there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, essentially, you are going to see inventions that solve societal problems.
Very well.
Because the whole concept of STEM education is to be able to produce students that solve societal problems, and that is a relevant aspect of education. When quality meets relevance, then socioeconomic transformation happens.
Kwasi, thank you for joining us on Point Blank.
Thank you.
That's Kwasi Kwarteng. He speaks for the Ministry of Education. My name is Umaru Sandamadu. I did this with